So welcome everybody, Tuesday Night Live. It's so exciting to be back. I had the most amazing time with Brenda Billington, DIQ, second month. Congratulations, Brenda. And her wild team. I got to meet Rachel Owens. I got to meet Tammy Mann. I got to meet Connie. I got to meet Brenda's daughter. I got to meet Tiffany. Oh my God, I'm blanking. Then some of the new team members. So Tammy, I just want to do a quick shout out to Tammy Mann. She added her first team member who's named Renee. And at that same night, Renee was encouraging her daughter to join. And then Renee said, well, I was so impressed with tonight. Like, what if I want to join too? Can I do that? And we're like, sure. So Tammy recruited the mom, and then the mom recruited the 19-year-old daughter. And so now Brenda's got two more unit members, but she's also got a new senior consultant, two new senior consultants. Tammy's a new senior consultant and Renee's a new senior consultant. So it's exciting. We did the first night event at a venue. It's the bars in the front, but it's this huge like wedding venue that seats like 200 people. And we had about 8 models, but it was super fun. We had that the first night. Then the second night we had mood lighting, like low lighting at a pub. It was above a restaurant. And because it was full of windows, we kind of didn't realize like, hey, snap, it's going to be dark when we do this. So people were literally, I'm not lying to you, using the flashlight on their phone, which as you know, is not the most flattering lighting. It's like just to see how to put their color card on, because we were doing quick skincare and color makeovers. We had probably about 17 models that night. We had a lot of people. And the next night we did Olive Garden. A lot of these venues we're not doing again. We got interrupted with 3 happy birthdays during the thing because the banquet room, it's not really a banquet room, it was just the back of the restaurant. And so it wasn't closed off. So we're talking and I'm trying to explain CC Cream. And they're like, happy birthday. And so we're all clapping. But it was fun. We had a whole table and a half. I had 2 guests. Brenda had guests. Everybody had guests. All the guests had fun. We gave away a bunch of fun stuff. And I will tell you one thing that happened. I said to Brenda, can I have the blending brush? Do y'all know what the blending brush is? It's the one that looks kind of like a toothbrush. I can go get it if y'all don't know, but I'm pretty sure y'all know what it is, right? So it's the brush that's got long, skinny with a bunch of bristles. And I said to Brenda, do you sell a lot of these? And she goes, no, not really. I said, man, I sell a ton of these. And when a customer spends a lot, that's the first thing I tuck in. Like if I'm doing a CDS order and they spend $200, I throw that in. Okay. So I demoed it on a guest, and then at the second night, and then I passed it around, and I think every guest but one wrote it on their hashtag party board, like, I want the blending brush. It was so cute. And afterwards, Tammy pulled me aside, Tammy's on Brenda's team, and said, oh my gosh, all my guests tonight want a blending brush. And it was just so funny because it is the typical feedback of you sell what you demo, you sell what you love. And I love that brush and I demo it all the time. So I sell a ton of it. So it was just kind of fun, but I had the best time. Brenda was so gracious and opened up her home. I got to stay at her house and get to play with her 2 pups and get to spend some time with her husband. And we had fresh eggs she'd collected from the chicken coop. And it was amazing. So Brenda, do you want to share a little bit about our whirlwind makeovers? And oh my God, we went to hotels to look for future venues. We went to a dress shop to book them for customer appreciation. We were all over the place. Job fair.
It was a whirlwind, but it was really it was great. I loved all the feedback, instant feedback because you're right there, kind of thing, and just made me see a different thing. Like I can see myself doing some of these events in the future with my team, and not as, and I was very intimidated initially, and how in the world are we going to find these places? And while it still is not exactly the easiest thing, it's not nearly as overwhelming as it was, because now I can see how to do it. So it was good. Very good.
What was the most fun for you of the whole 3-day whirlwind?
Oh gosh, that's a lot to probably, well, I mean, I enjoyed getting to know you a little more. But as far as our activity, I would say I just enjoyed doing the events. with my team, having my team there and you showing us how to do it. It was just a bonding thing. So I liked it.
It was really fun. It was really fun. And you know, what's really neat is to show you on days when you don't have anything booked, we were like, okay, let's find a better venue. So we went to 2 hotels and she got the name and numbers of the gals at the hotels. And then we went to a dress shop and we got the name and number of the manager of the dress shop. If they say no to customer appreciation, she even said, oh, my mom loves Mary Kay. My grandmother loves Mary Kay. So, and she's the store manager's pregnant. So you never know, that could be a team member or a hostess. And it was great. It was, and then we went to a junior college and asked, because they had these big signs outside, this is a job fair next week. I'm like, so it was really fun. I had a great time. And when the light kept getting dimmer and dimmer, Brenda and I are looking at each other like, oh my gosh, you know, they're trying to put on eyeshadow with their flashlight. It was pretty comical. And I thought if they look good in there, they're going to look good anywhere. So, but we had a lot of fun. And I think a lot of the consultants sold product. And we got a few new team members and we have some follow-up to do. So Brenda, I'm super, super proud of you. As a future director, I know that you can wrap things up at the end of this month. You could take another month, but I will tell you, fast is always easier. Fast is always easier. When you exercise, when you do anything, slow is hard, fast is easy. So I'm just really excited for you and your team.
Thanks.
And you've got some great momentum. And it was so much fun getting to meet Tammy and Connie and having a meal with them and spending time with them and Rachel and everything. So it was fun. So I would love to have Lori, do you want to just share what you're most excited about for March?
I am most excited about working. Yay. I'm sorry. She's coming back. Yay. Anyway, I'm most excited about working on our the squares, not Hollywood squares, the
company's challenge.
Thank you.
And the consultants have a challenge too, because that's kind of, your challenge is similar to ours, but they didn't have one for consultants. They had a little one, but we made it even bigger and better. And I will bring that back up, Lori. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
So it's about just being consistent, you guys. And we're going to spend a little time tonight on scripts of what to say, because I find that often, I know I love Lori's glasses too. I think often we get in our head and we worry about what are they going to think, or I don't want to say the wrong thing. So we spend all this time stressing out over a simple text. But I will tell you, how you word things does matter. And keep in mind, when you send a text, they don't hear any excitement. So if you can imagine the difference between great job or wow, great job, or yay, great job, like your inflection, you send that over a text and you just go, great job. And they're just kind of like, okay. So it's, and sometimes you can say something and you think somebody's upset. Like they say, do you want to come to this? And they reply back, no. And heaven forbid that the no be capitalized. You're like, oh my God, she really doesn't want to come. And you read into it. And it's like, no, her phone automatically capitalizes. And like, you know what I mean? We read into stuff too much. And so we're going to go over a few scripts tonight, and I will post every script that I'm going to go over tonight. I will post on our Facebook page. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys is I am getting into the habit of sending out an email once a week. But I will tell you, if you are not a Facebook person, get in the habit of setting an alarm on your phone Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and jump on our website and see what's new. Seriously, just jump on our Covington MK Dynamite unit page on Monday morning, on Wednesday, and again on Friday, just so you can be kept up on what's going on. Because otherwise, I literally don't know how you keep up with things. I think you don't keep up with things. And then you unplug. And then once you unplug, it's really hard to stay in the groove. It really, really is. Being unplugged is not good, because it just, Mary Kay used to give us the analogy of a barbecue. You separate one briquette, one little piece of coal from all the rest. It's hot. It's like you can see the vapors coming off the barbecue. You separate one coal over to the side. How long is that coal going to stay red hot?
Well, she also used to say, miss one meeting, you're sick. Miss 2 meetings, you're
dying,
and miss 3 meetings and you're dead.
Correct. And I remember her saying that, and it was just like, she goes, I can't imagine why, if a director is going to take the time to put together training, inspiration, recognition, and all this other stuff, why in the world would you miss it? And there were nights when I was, honestly, when Janice had our meetings, I was exhausted from work. I was, I maybe had put in a 10-hour day, and then I lived in Pittsburgh, so I didn't drive home. I'd drive to the training center and eat in my car and wait till the meeting. And, you know,
Back in the day when you had to show up in person, and all of you
in skirt with heels. And that's why
Nylons.
nobody figured it out. But on Tuesday nights, I always wore a black skirt to my job because I'd wear a black skirt and a sweater, a black skirt and whatever, because then half my uniform was already on. But I never missed a meeting. When I was super pregnant, the night we had an earthquake, I think it was Janice and I and 2 consultants showed up. There was like a major earthquake in the Bay Area. And she and I were at the studio going, okay, who's going to come tonight? So I'm just really grateful that you all are here. We're going to have some fun tonight. So who wants to share something that was outside their comfort zone that happened, let's say, in the last, since March 1st? Who's done something that made them stretch a little bit? Maybe talk to somebody you've been wanting to talk to, or gave a card, or got a name and number from somebody. Anybody do anything in the last 14 days that made them stretch a little outside their comfort zone? Are you all doing things in your own little comfort zone?
I can say something, but I'd rather have consultants talk.
All right, Jen.
You need an okay.
Sorry, I'm not made up or anything, but I've been working on my inventory. I booked a party and it held, and it wasn't a typical party. It was for color, and I did skincare too. And I made good sales from it, and I booked, so it was 3 people total. I booked 2 more parties from it.
Great.
So for me, that's a huge thing.
Nice. Congratulations. And how much did you sell at your party? More than 100?
About 450.
Nice.
If you include tax. Thanks.
And
I'm confused about how, pardon?
Don't you love being able to hand it all to them?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's exciting. Well, good for you.
And they're excited when they get, they order it on Saturday, they get it on Monday morning. They're like, oh my God, it's so fast.
Yep. And the fun thing about that is, by you booking parties from them, they already know that you're a great consultant. They already know that you're going to have that delivery. So then you become very referable. When you guys do that to your customers, then when they see, like, a friend looks into their purse or whatever and says, you've got a Mary Kate compact, who's your Mary Kate girl? And they go, oh, Jen Goss, you need to have her because, man, she delivers on the spot. She's on it. I get approached pretty regularly, and it breaks my heart when people say, you sell Mary Kay, right? And I said, I do. And they said, how long does it take to get product from you? I said, 24 to 48 hours. And they go, okay, can you be my Mary Kay girl? Because my girl takes a month or 2 months. I'm like, what? What's her name? In case she's in my unit, I want to coach her, because we don't want any customer waiting a month for stuff. So anyway, but congratulations, Jen. I'm sure that was a little bit of a stretch and fun. And once you do a class like that, it kind of builds you, get a little cocky. You're like, well, I did that one. Who else could I facial? And it builds your confidence. And that's a perfect testament to what happens when we stay unplugged. When we aren't holding parties, we start overanalyzing and overthinking. And you guys, we're not transplanting organs. We're just pampering people. It really isn't that big of a deal, So we got to get out of our own head. So congratulations, Jen, for doing that. So I'm going to challenge you. Was that party last week? Okay, I'm going to ask you to beat 2 things this week. I'm going to ask you to beat the faces. So you need to do 4. And I'm going to ask you to beat that party by $5. So that's your challenge. At least 4 faces and 455 or whatever it is in sales. So congratulations. Anybody else do something last week that got them to stretch outside their comfort zone? Approaching somebody, doing something.
I see iPhone smiling.
Virginia, if you want to share, unmute yourself, babe. You're muted.
Still muted. Turn up your volume.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep. Oh, okay. It was on mute. I was always say, like before, when I was the director, about following up, and I would drop the ball and say, oh, they're not interested. Well, this time around, because I really started getting serious last year, I followed up with this, well, everybody, but one in particular was this principal, retired principal. Followed up for almost a year, less than a year, maybe about 7 or 8 months.
Okay.
Resulted in one facial, $615. And then she's a member of a yacht club. She's retired. She's going here. Then she's talking to a friend who's retired deputy superintendent, hanging in there. I'll be seeing her too.
There you go.
So I just said, the no doesn't mean no. It's just not now, and they're just busy.
I'm so glad you said that, because I heard that on a Mary Kay speech today. The girl said that every time her director told her that every day she needed to talk to one person about the opportunity. And she says, I just figured if they say no, it just means not now. This isn't the best day. This isn't the best week. I'll talk to them later. So
It also can mean next opportunity.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Regina.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's that perseverance that pays off. You're going to hear our speaker in just a minute talk about the power of one facial box lead. She had some facial boxes out, and I do have facial boxes. I just unpacked them in my garage. I use their cardboard boxes that are black with pink polka dots. And I'll tell you what, if you guys just put some of those out, and honestly, it's a great excuse for you to get out of your neighborhood. Like, go to the nail salon, go to the where I just before I left, I put one in, and I don't have any here in Benicia yet. I put one in a daycare center, because the gal who I hired to do business, send out some cards for me, she lives across the street from the daycare center. I've driven by there 3 times. I'm thinking I should just go in with some free samples for the workers. So I did. And I said, well, you know, I'd love to put a facial box in here. It's just a way for me to give back to the community, and I'll have a free little goodie bag for every mom. And they're like, you will? I said, yeah, how many families in here? She goes, we have 17 families. I said, okay, I'll come back with 17 goodies. And I put a little basket in there, and I said, one for each mom, please just take one, or something like that. And I just left 17 little goodie bags there at the counter with my facial box. So I'll go back tomorrow and see what I got. So, but that's exciting. Congratulations, Regina, for putting yourself out there, babe. It is the consistent follow-up and follow-up and follow-up. All right. Anybody else really quick want to share something they did this last week that stretched them outside their normal path? If you guys would like to write down the name of a book, there's a book called The Dream Keeper. It's Max Lucado, depending how you pronounce his name. But Max Lucado's book is all about a dream that God places in our heart. And it's a parable. And it talks about, there's a feather on your windowsill. And he talks about coming home from work and sitting in front of the box. He refers to the box, which is of course TV. But it's a short read. It's a really fun parable. And I would highly suggest you go on Amazon tonight and just get a used copy. Even if it's super beat up and the pages are all demolished, it doesn't matter. It's called The Dream Keeper. And it is the best analogy, because the young boy finally approaches his dad because he had this dream, and he thinks his dad's going to think he's crazy. And he goes, Dad, I had this dream about this feather and blah, blah, blah. And the dad goes, I had that same dream too, but I didn't do anything with it. So I don't want to tell you anymore, but you really need to read it. It's such a great, it's one of those things where you could read it every night before you go to bed, and it'll put you in a different place when you're trying to go to sleep. It truly, truly will. So I want to tell you guys, we have some exciting things coming up. And part of the training tonight is going to be on how do you utilize those? So I'm going to I'll pick on Giselle. She hasn't been on here in a bit. I'm super excited to see your beautiful smile on your picture. Giselle's busy. She's got grandkids. She's the first lady of a church. She's not sitting home knitting with nothing to do, right? But if Giselle looked at the calendar and said, okay, how can I work smart and not harder? Like, if Janice and Diane are going to do these virtual events, how can I tap into these? So as an example, let's say Giselle has a party booked for March 27th in 2 weeks. So is that hostess going to be on tomorrow night? Now, let me tell you why you would want to do that. The hostess's party is not for 2 weeks. She could change her mind, whatever. But if you got that hostess to jump on tomorrow night is the Kate Spade, Kendra Scott watch party. And it's all about eyes and brows.
Do you want me to find the thing?
No, I have it right here on Facebook,
Okay.
on our Facebook page. And so if we have, you have to think about that. So if we're going to have this Kate Spade event with Kendra Scott and all the stuff, why would you not want to have somebody on there? So I'm thinking in my own head, okay, so I'll just share this with you guys really quick. So who do I have booked for a facial or a party that I could, hey, by the way, jump on here. And if you don't win a prize, I'll have a prize for you. So she jumps on this event tomorrow night. And here's what I will tell you guys. This is on a stack of Bibles. Every single time I invite people on these things, you know, the one thing they say to me, well, they say 2 things usually. That was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. And they are always blown away. They said, I had no idea so many people were going to be on. I think they jump on and they think that there's going to be 10 to 12 people. Well, every one of these events is over 100 people on it. So they log in, they're like, what? There's 100 people on here? And people are commenting, love the eye makeup remover. Oh my gosh, the brow tint's the best. Like, constant feedback. And the guests are impressed. Truly, they're impressed. So picture Giselle's got a hostess for 2 weeks. So Giselle gets her on here. Guess what that's going to do? get her more excited. She'll add maybe some things to her hostess wish list. She might even call Giselle and said, you know, after watching that thing last night, I'm thinking maybe I want to do this. And Giselle says, well, that's great, because if you join my team, that party you have scheduled for the 27th of March, I'll just give that to you as your party. And so then the girl the next day goes, okay, well, then I want to join your team. So Giselle has her jump on the Thursday night sharing event. Boom, you got a team member. So Eva, my newest team member, her sister Kat had a party for me. And her sister had the mom, her other sister, her brother, and another couple on. So there were 6 of them on. They all ordered product from me. Kat, the hostess, ordered over 300. The other sister ordered 120. The mother ordered 100. The brother ordered 60. So just the family alone spent over $500. So I approached both of the sisters individually and the mom individually. I called each one of them and I said, you know, you and your family, this is literally the script I used. You and your family spent a lot of money at that party. And with another party booked, I really don't want to take any more money from your family. So I'm wondering which of the 3 of you would be more interested in being the Mary Kay consultant, Kat, Eva, or the mom? And the mom said to me, you know, I tried Mary Kay 20 years ago. I'm having some health challenges and I'm under a lot of pressure at my job. So I will support either one of my daughters, whoever wants to join, but it's not going to be me. I said, okay, great. So then I reached out to Kat and said the same thing. And she said, well, my sister and I have been talking about it, trying to decide who would be the better one to join. So they both jumped on to hear the sharing opportunity, but they probably were texting each other back and forth. And Eva decided she wanted to do this. Now, Eva's a scientist during the day, like a bioscientist, doing like chemistry stuff and all that stuff. So this is so out of her cogwheel, but she figures she wants the 50%. She's a budget kind of girl. She loves that. So I just said to her, because her party's not for now, a week and a half, I said, hey, could you get your mom, your other sister, and any of your girlfriends on tomorrow night to watch this? And if they don't win a prize, you could give them a prize, or I can give them a prize. And she goes, oh, that's a great idea. So now Eva's gonna get some of her friends on to watch the brow and lash event, the eyes and brows. Does anybody have a question on this event for tomorrow night? So I always tell my guests, if you don't win a prize, I'll make sure you win something.
Okay, but let's hear the script for, say, for example, people met someone or they have a client and they would like to get them on. Can we hear one of your scripts for that, please?
Absolutely. And I'll type something up and post it up on the Facebook page, and I can share a couple scripts with you guys right now. Let me get out of this. Just so you guys also know. So then this is the flyer for the Thursday night sharing event with Kathy Bill. And then this is my last week for the Thursday training. I will be going live to our Facebook page, which is the Scoop About Beauty. So March 16th is all about kiss and tell. It's going to be satin lips. It's going to be age fighting lip primer, lip liner. I will talk about all 3 lipsticks, which ones do what, and of course the glosses. And so if you have a customer who will go back and watch each of these and text you the one tip she got from each event, I would offer her a gift. If you watch all 6 and you text me, you will get a certification. I will put a certificate in the mail to you. So these are all different ABCs of foundation, prime and prep, shape and glow. We did eyes, we did lash and brows, and then tomorrow will be kiss and tell. So this is a live thing. Now, I really hope you guys will be adding people to the Scoop About Beauty page, because if I'm going to go live on there 2 or 3 times a week and be posting videos, it means you don't have to do anything. Okay. Now, starting on Wednesdays, the Wednesdays that Janice is not scheduling anything, I will be doing skincare. So a week from tomorrow night, Janice is in Europe and I am going to be doing skincare. So let me go back up here and I'll show you where that is. Right here. So this is, let me make it a little bit bigger. So this is for Wednesday, the 22nd. So they can have skincare with charcoal, they can have skincare with microderm, or they could have skincare with the Radiance Peel, because I'm going to talk about all 3 of them. But they can, so notice on the bottom here, it says jump on live Facebook. That means you need to add them to the Scoop About Beauty page, or they can jump on my Zoom, whichever they want. If they feel more comfortable with Zoom, do Zoom. If they want to just jump on our live Facebook page, I'm just going to stream from Zoom to Facebook. So let's talk about this just for a second before I give you guys scripts. If you were to have, so let's say Lori on next Wednesday has 3 people at her house around her kitchen table with trays and mirrors. All Lori's going to do is put the iPad or the computer, whatever, up, and then I'll do the talking and the teaching. But then let's say she's also mailed out 4 packets. So Lori's got 3 people around her kitchen table, 4 doing it virtually. She's doing 7 faces at one time. Well, the following Wednesday, which is the 29th, Janice is doing the same thing with skincare. So if you guys decided, okay, I'm going to have 4 at my house and 4 virtual each Wednesday, that means you're going to get 16 faces done in 2 nights. You're not doing any of the talking. You're not doing any of the teaching. We're doing the work. And there's going to be guest giveaways. Now notice mine is at 7 our time, which I know is a little later. Janice's is at 6. I just find that 6 o'clock here doesn't really work because it's a little too early for dinner and all that. So I'm doing 7 o'clock, which I realize is 9 o'clock, but at Central Time, what else are you going to do at 9 o'clock? Get ready for bed. That's what we're doing. 10 o'clock, I realize is late, but again, you guys, I will videotape it. And if you want to show it again and do your own thing, you can. Does anybody have questions on tomorrow's event or next Wednesday's event? And this is either Facebook or Zoom.
Fabulous. Thank you.
No, nobody's got questions? Okay, well then let's talk about scripts. Let's talk about ways to invite people. So here's one of the things I know. Women, would you guys agree? Women love being on the inside scoop, correct? They love, let me stop screen sharing really quick. They love getting in on the inside scoop of stuff. Would you guys agree? So how many of you feel like you would sell a lot of the boosters, if your customers could try them and understand them? I feel that way. I feel that they really could. So what if I had an informal skincare booster night where I did everything, like all the boosters in the back of their hands, and I had people come over, and you could do trays and mirrors, or you could not do trays and mirrors. They could sit around on the floor. Okay, so let me give you guys a script. This script I thought was really, really good. Let me go to where all my scripts are. Where'd the scripts go? Hold on. Okay, so this is a script, and I will go ahead and post this. Sometimes we just need better words to say. Okay, so this would be like if you wanted to do an event at your house, then I'll give you some of the other scripts. So this one is, now here's the deal. If you guys make a list of 10 people that you know, 10 people, customers, friends, and family, I guarantee you'll get at least 1 to say yes, at least. So if you make a list of 10 people tonight, I want to challenge you to get 2 people booked in the next 24 hours. So here's what I would do. Before you send them a text, you leave a positive voice text. Again, they can't hear your enthusiasm in your voice. I'll just tell you guys something that personally happened to me while I was on my trip from seeing Brenda. Then I went to Alabama for my son's military graduation, which I had to brag on our unit page a little. So I hope you guys don't mind that. But I had a friend who just is going through a lot. She had a relative, somebody in her family committed suicide. So she's been going through a lot of really, really tough stuff. And she left me a message, but how I read it was that she was really upset about something. And I kept reading, I'm going, I don't get this. Like, she sounded like she was really upset and mad. She wasn't upset or mad at all. The text had auto-corrected itself. She just sent a text. And so I read into it and thought, oh my gosh, this is happening, blah, blah, blah. When it turns out none of that was the case. Now, had she sent me a voice text and I could have heard her sincerity in her voice, I would have known that she was fine. Does that make sense? So what this is saying is, before you send the text, put a positive voice text. And you could use something like this, like, hey, Rhonda, it's Diane. I'm doing a new fun pampering that I thought you would love, and I wanted to invite you. Mary Kay just launched 2 boosters. Now, this is the one from before, hydration and wrinkles, but you could say hydration and spots. You could say wrinkles and spots. You could say whatever you want. Or you could say we've just launched 4 serums, and they'll take years of aging off your face. They're a hot new product in the industry. I've had this idea to teach a hydration and anti-wrinkle beauty session. You get to experience skincare and the new boosters. I'm going to do these at my house Friday and Saturday, or virtually on Monday. I'd love you to be one of the first to try the boosters. What do you think? So you could use that exact script, or I'd love to count on you, or you could even say, I need to have 10 women try the boosters. I'd love for you to be one of my 10. I'm doing 3 events at my house, Friday and Saturday, or virtually, or 2 events at my house, Friday and Saturday, or virtually on Monday. I'd love for you to be one of the first to try the boosters. Can I count on you? Does that make sense? Because women love the fact that boosters, they're serums. Serums are the hot craze right now. If you say hydration, wrinkles, and spots, gang, everyone's going to show up. Who doesn't want to get rid of wrinkles and spots and need more hydration? Okay. So that is an absolute option that you could use. So if you leave that kind of a voice text, Then what you would do is you would follow up with an actual text with words, right? And the text with words might be something like, can you let me know when you can hear the message above? I'm dying for your feedback. And so you put that in a text so that they will now listen to the voice message above. Does that make sense? All right. Now let's say you want to book and you want to get some more parties. Here's another great script down below that says, hey, how are you? I'm taking my business virtual with Mary Kay's new flip chart. I don't know about you all, but I'm still stuck on screen shares. I have not mastered the company flip chart. So I'm rusty enough that I actually use this, and I booked 3 parties. One was with Beth, a friend of mine. I said, Beth goes, you're nervous about this? I said, babe, I've never done this. This is like giving somebody a brand new manual to drive, and it's a totally different car. Like, I don't know how to do this flip chart thing. Because, you know, you've got the screen that they see, and then you've got a different screen of your phone that tells you what to say. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to look like a goof. So you could say in here, I'm taking my business virtual with Mary Kay's new flip chart, and I'm a little nervous. I'm calling you because you're one of my favorite customers. What would it take to get you to book a virtual pampering party with me so I can practice? We can do it on Zoom, or you can say, if Zoom sometimes creates PTSD with people, so you might say, we can do it virtually, or I could do it in person. If you do it in person, you're going to need to take an iPad with you so they can be looking at that. So it's really designed to not be in person. It's really designed to be done virtually. Okay. And then you might say, Rosa, what would it take for you to say yes? But I will tell you right up front, I'm going to offer you $100 shopping spree at half off, or whatever you want to offer. So does that make sense? So I will post this on there again, but give them a reason to book right now. If nobody shows up, you still get whatever you want to offer her as a gift.
Wait. Go back and say that. What would it take? It was what would it take to get you blah, 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 blah. Say it.
I would just say, what would it take to have you say yes?
Oh.
And then I say things a lot like, can I count on you? And say, here's the deal. I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing. And as a leader, I need to learn how to do this. I need to master this. Will you be there and let me practice with you? I'll make it worth your while. I'll give you $100 shopping spree at half off. And that's regardless of whether your friends buy. And if your friends buy, you even get 10% of the party sales in addition to the half off shopping spree. That's just what I'm doing, you guys. And people are booking. In fact, that's a reason I think why Eva joined my team is because Kat got so much hostess credit. Her family spent so much, she got like 40 free, another 100 at half off. So even though she bought $300 worth of stuff, I think she only paid me like 160 bucks. Does that sort of make sense? Does anybody have questions on this particular script? These are just some examples. Gang, you've got it. You need a sense of urgency. You can't say, well, we'll do this. And they'll say, great, I'm booked until June. You're like, okay, let's book it in June. It's like, no. If she says I'm booked till June, say, oh, wow. Okay. Who do you know in your family that is as fabulous as you are that might let me practice on the virtual thing? Because I've got to master this in the next 2 weeks.
My question is it doesn't matter about the sales, just $100 shopping spree and half off.
Well, that's up to you. So Jen Bessaker's mindset is if you have $100 party, right? So she tells her clients they get 100 free. $100 of free product as long as they have 4 or 5 people there, or 3 to 5 people or whatever. She doesn't base it on sales. She just gives them oh no, I take that back. It's 100 for free as long as they have $100 party. Because keep in mind, at the $100 party, you make 50 bucks. Well, if you give them 100 free, it's costing you 50. So it's a wash. You make no money. But who wouldn't hold a party for $100 of free product? I would.
But she does say you get 100 free when the party is 100.
The party's 100.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could even say you get 100 free when the party's 200. So that way you're making some money. It's totally up to you. I just have been doing 100 at half off and 10% of the party sales because it's easy. But pick your poison, doesn't matter. But be excited about it. And you guys, you can use these scripts. Sometimes it's just figuring out what to say. I love this one because I know women are curious about boosters. And I might even say, I have 4 boosters and you're going to get to try any 2 that you want. So you get to try hydration and one other thing, wrinkles, spots, or resurfacing. Like you get to pick it because the hydration.
You have a raised hand here and I don't know who you are, iPhone.
What?
Yeah. Who are you, iPhone?
Are you talking to the person whose hand is up?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's me, Donna Lynn. Sorry, I thought I had my photograph.
You're good,
I'm
babe.
just waiting to ask a question.
Okay, Donna, go ahead, sweetie. You're in Sandy Workman's unit, correct?
No.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay,
I'm
so
so
what's your
sorry
question?
to be a disruption. I've forgotten so much, and I only, recently rejoined, and I'm when I give someone $100 at half off, do they pay tax on the retail like I do, or do they just get it straight, and then you lose a little bit as a working, the cost of doing business?
I just
You lose your tax.
What a great question.
So here's what I do is that 100 at half off is like giving them a $50 off. So when I say, what's your wish list? And Kat gave me this $300 wish list, I just did minus 50, which is 100 at half off. So I just took $50 off for her total. And then I gave her free product, and then I just charged her tax on that. So then I wrote off on my taxes, the tax on the
tax on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially,
I
it's
just do
whatever
that
you want,
consistently.
but I guess you need to let them know if you are going to charge them tax.
Yeah, I just
I'm
write
not
it out
sure.
as business expense. So, but
Right, okay.
just be consistent throughout the whole year so that you do it on your taxes the same way. That's a great question.
Okay.
All right, so let me
Okay,
share a couple
thank
other scripts with you guys. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. So let me share some other scripts with you guys. Now, these are Leah Carter's scripts, and what I love about these scripts is some of these scripts were scripts that she came up with right when we went lockdown. So let me share a couple of these with you guys. Can you see it right now? It says Booking Blitz scripts. Can you guys see that or no?
We're seeing yours still.
Okay,
Maybe
never
you
mind.
need to stop share and reshare.
Yep, I'll stop share and reshare. Okay,
Okay.
let me share this with you. And also, so the fun thing about some of these scripts is, so this is one, somebody from your contact list. Like you can say, hey, this is Diane with Mary Kay. Do you have a quick second? Great. I'm super excited because I'm going into qualifications for my first free car. Gang, here's the deal. When you draw a line in the sand, as scary as it sounds, and you step over that and you make a bold statement like that, like I remember, oh my God, I remember taking a picture of the sales court ring, cutting it out, and I scotch taped it to my flip chart. And every party I'd say, and this is my diamond ring I'm earning. I had barely been a star consultant the year before, like barely. So I was not used to ordering that volume. And I was thinking, I don't want to be untruthworthy, but I was scared. It's like, but what if I don't earn the ring? I'm telling all those people I'm getting a ring. But every time I said it, I started to believe it more. And then people are like, when are you getting your ring? And I'm like, I'm getting it in July when I go to Dallas. And so it literally, when you decide you want to get a car, you want to go on Target for a car, you'll go on Target for a car. So there's a great script right here. If she says she wants to check her schedule, you can say great. So that gives you some great scripts. But the scripts I really want to share are these. Can you see these? They're blue with a background.
Yes.
You guys see those? Okay, great. So there's a bridal lead script. Here's if you want to have somebody as a model. Now, the new product launch I thought would be perfect because we just had spring products. So it can be like, hey, Ashley, I got my new spring product. So obviously this is somebody she knows. And I'm asking if you love it clients to give feedback on them so I can determine what to have in stock. I thought I'd ask you if you're game to rally a few friends for a girls' night in test party, or if you want to come to mine. So notice you're giving her choices, not do you want to have one? No, nowhere in this conversation is do you want to have one? It's like, would you like to rally some girls together for a girls' night in test party, which I love those words, or would you like to come to mine? Mine's on Friday, and if that doesn't work, we can do a different date. And she's like, sure, I want to be in a test panel. So this is for brand new product. This is perfect. Gang, you get everybody, this is what Waverly is doing in Texas. She'll invite like 25 people to her house. 13 will say yes. They all sit on the floor. She squirts it on the back of their hand and just talks about it. And she sells $1,700 in a night.
Wow.
And then you can book parties off of that party. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't always have to be trays and mirrors. So if you are old school, maybe we lighten up a little bit on the old school. Maybe we don't always do it that way. Does that make sense? All right. And then there's some other scripts on here, like a promotion, like if you got somebody who put their name in a facial box, like at the daycare center I just did. It's like, hey, this is Michelle with Mary Kay. You entered to win a fabulous skincare pampering and a gift card from the daycare or the nail spa. You were selected as one of my grand prize winners. I'm so excited for you. Is text or phone better for you to give you all the details? Here's if you met somebody in the store. I love meeting you at Target yesterday. As promised, I'm connecting with you to share about a special gift that you get. Okay. And now you go down here and it gives you some other things. So as soon as they respond, it says, hey, Lindsay, how are you? Okay, random question. I just started my own small business teaching skincare and color with Mary Kay. And part of my training is to treat 30 women to a customized beauty experience in my first month. Now, hear my heart on this. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't give her a whole flipping month. I would say, as part of my training, I need to pamper 7 women in the next week. I'm really excited to share this with you. Would text or call be better for details? Because I want to do this week. And so she says, yeah, text is good. I just got to work. And she says, okay, great. Basically, you get a hand and a lip treatment, which is satin hands, satin lips, a microdermabrasion skin renewal, which spas charge 90 to 200, a deep pore cleanse, which is what that is, a charcoal mask to detoxify impurities, an expert foundation and skincare matching. I personally wouldn't put makeup on there. That's up to you. I would leave that part off. And she says, yeah, that sounds great. Say, awesome. Plus, the best part is it's a girlfriend package. So when you have 2 to 8 of your friends join, I'll give you a $25 sets gift card. So she can only spend it on a set and a fun swag bag. I need your guests to be over 18, blah, blah, blah. So this just gives you ideas. Here's a little pic collage that she made. And then she literally, these are the samples that she sends out. And it's like, does that make sense? And then here's what, if people start responding, this is exactly what she says and exactly how to put this. And then down here, she sends, for referral, she sends a picture of her with the hostess because the hostess gave her names and numbers. So I will post all of this for you guys. Now, these I really, really like because these are your first attempt to text. Remember, 80% of the sales goes to the 8th attempt. Now, I know a lot of us go, yeah, but I don't want to bug her. Gang, they're busy. While I was gone between visiting Brenda and my trip to Alabama to my son, I must have gotten 50 texts, at least, if not more. And so a lot of them were customers. And so what I did is I would open it and I would write something in there like order, and then I would hit save on my phone because I don't have an iPhone, and it would save it as a draft. And so when I got home, I had like 17 drafted texts that were people I had to reach out to and answer. I just was so busy when I was gone. Does that make sense? Have you all not opened a text and just forgot to respond? I have. So the first attempt, hey, happy summer, or happy spring. I'm checking and wanting to see if you received my recent lookbook. I'm scheduling a few select girls to demo these amazing new products, and I thought of you. Would it be too much to ask to borrow your beautiful face? This could be at your own house. Okay, and if she doesn't respond, so that's what you would text her. And then you would call and say, hey, it's Michelle calling. I sent you a text message earlier today. This is called follow-up, you guys. And I wanted to make sure you received it. You were on the top of my list, blah, blah, blah. Does this sort of make sense? So these scripts, I'm not going to go through all these, but there's a lot of great scripts in here. So I will post this entire package of scripts. Now, to answer, because I wanted to have you guys listen to my guest speaker really quick, to answer your question, Rachel, about what to say to get him on a virtual event. If I wanted somebody on Janice's event tomorrow night, I don't know this, I don't know the situation of who your people are, but if it's somebody that I knew, like a customer or somebody who maybe has bought from me once or twice, I will just say to them, hey, I would love for you to be on tomorrow night. Almost every time one of my guests wins something. And if you don't win, I promise I'll give you a gift, but I'm in a challenge to have 5 people on tomorrow night. And I just need to know, could I count on you? You don't even have to come on camera. You could be in your pajamas. You could be eating dinner. You could be doing whatever. Just make sure you type in the chat that you're my guest because I get brownie points. Okay. And so I would just know, let me know if I can count on you. And oh my gosh, it's going to be about eyes and brows. I can't wait. In fact, when you're done, let me know what 6 eyeshadows you want to sample and I'll pop some samples in the mail. Y'all have eyeshadow samples. If you don't, we can get them. But you know what I'm saying? Anything to get them excited. So I'm going to tell you a really, really fast story while I go to share this other video. There's a gal, beautiful, stunning African-American gal in my leads group, beautiful skin, ebony, just gorgeous skin, no makeup. Like she almost never wears makeup, always wears mascara, but usually doesn't even wear lipstick. It's like lip balm and no makeup. I've been asking her for probably 9 months to jump on one of our virtual events. She's always said, I'll try. And she's always too busy. So I got her on the one last month that was the Kate Spade, Kendra Scott, whatever, and she won a free mascara. Well, she was beside herself excited. She calls me the next day and she goes, okay, first of all, I had a ton of fun last night. I wish I'd gone to one earlier. You've been inviting me for 9 months. Her second comment was, I had no idea so many people were going to be on. She goes, there were 133 people on there. She goes, and I can't believe I won a mascara. I said, I know. She goes, it was so much fun. She goes, so could I have a party for you? And I honestly just about fell out of my flipping chair. This is a woman who I've approached 7 or 8 times in the last six months. Never wears makeup, never, totally uninterested. Finally got her on an event, but it was the event, the volume of people on the event, the professionalism of it, and seeing what was possible. Now she's like, well, could I book a party? I said, absolutely. So, all right. So you guys, I'd love for you guys really quick, post in the chat section your total sales for this last week. And I also want to tell you, for Star Consultants, Star Consultant ends tomorrow. It is not too late. It is not too late to finish your Star. If you've got 3, 4, 500 and you're like, how in the world am I going to do $1,200 in 24 hours? Oh, I've done that before. That's 6 sets of repair. So what could you do if you offered a free lifting serum, an additional lifting serum, when they buy a box set for $215, because the lifting serum they run out of super fast, or give them the sonic brush at half off, give them the sonic brush for $30 if they'll get their skincare tonight. You guys could sell 6 sets of repair, raise $1,200 or $1,300 and finish your star. The great thing about being a star this quarter, especially if you've been a consistent star, it's referrals from the company, points for star consultant prizes. There's lots of perks. And then I'm having a custom t-shirt made with our national, and everybody who's a star in my unit is getting this t-shirt that's got a pink Cadillac on the front and it's got baseball sleeves. It's super cute. So if you're a star consultant, you get a special t-shirt that's been custom made just for us. So if you still want to pull out the stops, tomorrow's the deadline. Please, please, please reach out to me. There's also a 60% bundle that I'm assuming you all know about, but I shouldn't assume anything. I should definitely not assume everything. Let me share this with you really, really quick before we put on my speaker really quick. So this has got the bundle. Okay, so here's the bundle at 60% off. Do not, one of my consultants actually misunderstood. She posted this on her website. I go, no, babe. You don't want your customers to see you're only paying $44 for this bundle. That's for you to see, right? That's just for you guys to see. So that's kind of a fun thing. But then there are 6 little promotional things that you guys can promote. So every day there's a product that you can put on sale. I didn't put these together. Another company did, which is really great that they actually do this. So let me go back and show you these. Come on. Okay. So right here are all the things. So you could post this that says 17% off any 2 or whatever you want to offer in time for St. Patrick's Day. So you could run on this Thursday, you run this eye gel at half off, just that one product. Then on hydrogel eye patches are on Friday for half off. It's the deal of the day. Then you could offer the liquid shadow deal of the day, just the meteor shower, because you guys are getting these at 60%. Here's Panorama, and then here's the eye gel. So there's one a day. So this is for tomorrow. So utilize these if you haven't. That's why I posted these last couple days ago. You take those and use them. That is
No,
why
I do understand, Diane, that the special is over tomorrow.
No, it goes the 60% off. No, it says while supplies last. I thought it went till the end of the week. I thought it was the whole week. Oh, it says March 13th through 15th. Wow, I somehow missed that. I thought it was going on for the whole week. Thank you for that, Lori. I appreciate that. I didn't know that. I somehow missed the fine print on that. So here's the party for next Wednesday. The Sash Walk, I want to congratulate those, both Carrie McCurdy, Cindy Madden, and Brenda Billington are all on target for diamond ring. So proud of you, Miss Carrie McCurdy. Her 3rd diamond ring. Okay, and then we've got some fun Red Success stuff, and then we've got, again, all the flyers, all the postings. You guys can utilize all of these things. And again, the scoop about beauty, there's going to be a lot of that fun stuff on there. And then this One Woman Can. This is a beautiful pin, you guys. This pin, all you've got to do to get this pin is add a team member, and it's all full of sparkles. It says One Woman Can. It's all sparkly. And so this, a national just had this made for her, and it was used to be our unit pin, and now the vendor won't make it for me because it's some nationals pin now. But she ordered, there was 15 extra, and I said, can I have them? And she sold them to me. She wasn't supposed to, I don't think. So I have 15 of these, and after that, they're gone. And so it says on here, I don't know if you guys can even see it. It says One Woman Can. It's like all sparkly. You get that by doing 6 shares. If you have 6 people listen on Thursday night to the career opportunity, you get the pin. Or if you have 1 team member this month, you get the pin. So I know Brenda's earned it, Tammy's earned it, Renee's earned it, which is super exciting. All right. So you guys, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to go just a couple minutes over. I want you to really hear this $1 Million Director. She has a great story. She's going to talk about the power of a facial box and how this one person made an impact. But this actually happened to somebody in our unit. She's going to share the story of something, and I want you guys to hear this.
First, I want to tell you, if you've ever gotten caught up in worrying about what people might think about you, if you should offer out your business card, or if you should offer them some pampering, I want you to think, nothing changes when someone says no. Okay, think about that. If you don't ask someone, nothing happens, right? So if you ask someone and they say no, nothing happens, right? So nothing changes when someone says no. You didn't lose a limb. Thank goodness you don't lose limbs every time someone says no in Mary Kay, right? I would be limbless. I'd be sitting here as a bobbin, just a body with no limbs, right? Seriously. So nothing changes when someone says no, but so much can change when someone says yes. And so I'm so grateful. She wasn't so caught up on what I might think about her that if she hadn't offered me that business card, because she was so worried about what I may think, that my life would be forever changed. And so I'm so grateful, so grateful. So I want you to remember, it's not about you. Sharing this opportunity is not about you. Now, granted, it can help you get the beautiful red jacket. You know, it can help you get a promotion. It can help you earn bonuses. It can help you move up the career path. So of course there's something in it for you, but it's not about you. Sharing the opportunity is about what it can do for the person that you're sharing with. And you never know. You never know. So I like to call that the power of one business card. Y'all, let me tell you a couple more stories about the power of one. One business card exchange changed my life, right? One fishbowl name. How many of you have used fishbowls before? Facial boxes, you know, you set them out at like a nail salon or a tanning salon or a Subway or gyms. I'm thinking of places I've put them for. And they just say on them, enter here to win a free facial or pampering session or whatever, right? So this girl dropped her name in my fishbowl. And so I called her and I said, you're one of my lucky winners. Of course, everyone is one of. That's why you say you're one of my lucky winners. In case like two best friends both put their names in and you call them both, they were both one of the lucky winners, right? And so this girl was one of my lucky winners. So she came to my condo and we did a facial together. Well, at this time I was living with Brittany. This is when I was a consultant and Brittany was my new director. And we were best friends. We were living together. In walks the door, and it's this girl, Randy, who Brittany went to high school with. And Brittany was like, Randy, hey girl. Well, Randy was at our condo to do a facial with me because I had the fishbowl out and I called and offered Randy the facial. So Randy came and did a facial with me, and Randy joined my team. So let me pause and backtrack a little bit and ask you, have you asked everyone in your life if they would be interested in getting a complimentary facial with you? Because if not, like, I want you to imagine if you would see someone that you graduated high school with, or one of your friends that you go to church with, or one of your neighbors in your neighborhood. What if she walked into an event on another beauty consultant's arm simply because you didn't offer, right? Now, here's the deal. Randy was meant to be put in my path, and you're about to hear why. And so Brittany wasn't upset. I mean, heck, I was on her team and I was about to earn a car and go into DIQ. So she was okay with me facialing Randy, but she did say, I never asked. And so Randy joined my team. She placed a qualified order. She had a launch party, and then she fell off the face of the earth. She disappeared. She stopped answering my calls. I was like, where did you go? So if you haven't had anyone join your team and then quit on you, or join your team and do nothing, it's going to happen. And I don't say that to discourage you. I tell you that so that you know you're not alone. Oh my goodness. If I could tell you the amount of people, you cannot take responsibility for what somebody else does or does not do. Okay. It's not you, huh? Oh, I was about to say, it's not you, homie. That's the real Lindsay coming out, by the way. Anyway. Okay, so a couple years later, we did this welcome back promotion, and Randy joins my team again, and she does a qualifying order, and she does another launch party, and then she quits again. But at that second launch party, there was a girl there named Stephanie. Stephanie joined her team. She joined Randy's team. Stephanie worked with Heather. Heather joined Stephanie's team, who then recruited Pam, her cousin. Pam, today, right now, is earning her second career car, her first Premier Club car, and has been one of my Offspring sales directors for almost 4 years. Y'all, and this is all from a fishbowl name, one fishbowl name back in 2009 from a girl who quit on me twice. Mm-hmm. Yep, my first Offspring sales director, earning her second car. Been in business 6 years from a fishbowl name from a girl who quit twice 13 years ago. That name was put in that fishbowl. right? Now, you want to know what's even crazier from that? Pam, my Offspring sales director, last year around this time, insisted that I meet this man that she knew. She was like, Lindsay, he'd be perfect for you.
This is such a great
I'm
story.
like, Pam, what up? No, 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 no. I kept telling her no. Finally, just to shut her up, I was like, okay, Pam, fine. I'll meet him. Met him. And guess who just went ring shopping recently? Me and the man that she introduced me to. So the power of one fishbowl name from a girl who quit twice led to a free car driving Offspring sales director. And oh my goodness, has that blessed her life and enabled her to leave a 2-decade-long teaching career to be able to stay at home to raise her miracle babies, but has now then also led to my future husband. What? Y'all, the power of one.
One phone call, one text, one more lead.
And so I tell you that because I think sometimes, sometimes if you don't see results right now, it can be a little discouraging, right? I want to remind you that the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Y'all, I was in business for 2 years before I became a director. I was a director for 5 years before I earned a pink Cadillac. And that pink Cadillac was on my goal poster from day one. Now, here's the great part. I earned 3 other cars on the way to earning that pink Cadillac. So I wasn't making car payments, not a bad booby price, right? But it wasn't the goal that I had on my goal poster. 5 years to earn a pink Cadillac. It took me 7 years as a director to develop my first Offspring. It took me 11 years to complete my first Circle of Excellence year. 12 years to become $1 million sales director. And so I tell you that because I think sometimes you see where we are now, and you might think you might only know Lindsay Bryce Stiller as $1 million sales director, not as a brand new director, asking myself, what's wrong with me? Why can't I develop an Offspring sales director? Why can't I earn a pink Cadillac, right? And so that brings me to my next point, that you are where you are based on where you believe you deserve to be, my friends. You are where you are based on where you believe that you deserve to be. You see, as a consultant, I was really great at selling this product, but I remember I would look at the directors standing up at the front of an event, leading an event, and think, I don't know that I could do that. I don't know that I could lead a team of women. I don't know that I could lead an event. I don't know that I have it in me. Instead of telling myself the story, because y'all think about this. If something hasn't happened yet, you're making up a story, right? And so if you're going to make up stories, you might as well make up good ones.
Good ones, I was just going to say.
And so instead of telling me myself this story of, I don't know that I could lead an event. I don't know that I could lead women. I don't know that I could be a free car driver. I don't know that I could be a pink Cadillac director. Instead, I asked, why not? Instead of, can I do that? How can I? Thank you, Callie DeBlander Brigham, for that beautiful thought. Not can I, but how can I? If they can do it, I can do it, right? So I just changed my thinking. If they can do it, I can do it. And I want you to know, if I can do it, I promise you can do it. But it's all right here. The difference between where you are right now and where you want to be is where you believe that you deserve to be. Every time I've reached a new quantum leap in my business, it's because I finally shifted my thinking from just putting it on a goal poster to believing that I could. There's the difference. I believed that I could. And so many times there were goals that on paper didn't look like they were going to happen. I remember when I wanted to earn my first career car, I had 0 people on my team, 0, a big fat goose egg. It was February, the beginning of February. And I remember going to an event and Senior National Sales Director Brenda Siegel was there, and who has since retired. She's an emeritus now. I think that's right. But she told me, I went to her and I said, tell me what to do. I want to earn a car. I want to become a director. I had just graduated from college a couple months before. And and decided I wanted to pursue Mary Kay instead of my degree. When I joined, I told my director and my recruiter that I was never going to do Mary Kay for a career because I was getting a degree and I was way too good for Mary Kay. Never say never. And I'm so glad that they didn't choose to not work with me because I was a brat. Right? You never know. You never know when someone's circumstance might change. And so she told me that if I would just go do this formula, that I could earn a car and become a director. So I said, tell me what to do and I'll do it. Have you ever felt like that? If somebody would just tell you what to do, you would do it. So she said, okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go do 30 full circle faces. 30 full circle faces. So not just putting product on faces, but sharing the product to sell, rebooking them, sharing the opportunity with them, taking time to have an intentional conversation with them about the opportunity. So selling, rebooking, and sharing the opportunity. 30 full circle faces. 10 intentional team building conversations. Intentional, meaning like I wasn't just doing these team building conversations to mark 10 off of like to do check, 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 check. Okay, I did 10. No, 10 intentional conversations, like people who I wanted to work with, people that I was giving the information to, and actually having an intentional conversation about them joining my team and sharing my goals with them, enrolling them in my goals. She said, if you'll do 30 faces, intentional for full circle faces, 10 intentional interviews, whatever you want to call those, team building conversations, and 1,000 wholesale, which I did way more than that just from my sales. If you do that for 6 months consistently, you'll be either on your way to driving a free car or you will be driving a free car already. So I figured, hey, I think she had earned 18 cars at that time and was a multimillionaire in Mary Kay. If you've never heard this piece of advice, I'm going to share with you, don't take advice from someone you wouldn't trade places with. So like if you're a brand new consultant, don't ask your girlfriend who's a brand new consultant who's never earned a car how to earn a car, because she hasn't done it yet, right? You ask someone who's been where you are. And so I asked a multimillionaire in Mary Kay who had earned 18 cars, how do I earn a career car? And so she told me that. My 30 faces, my 10 team building conversations, my personal 1,000 wholesale. So I was leading by example. Don't you know, 3 months later, I went from having 0 active team members. This was February. I added 5 that month and went on target for my car. 3 months, end of April, free car driver. See how that could mean you right now could have 0 active team members. By the end of March, you could be on target for your car, your 5 active team members, your 5,000 wholesale. And then that means on May 31st, you could be a new career car driver.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there. I love this. I will post it if you guys want to hear the rest of it. I think everything that she said was right on. Does anybody really quickly, what did you get out of that? What did you need to hear? What did you hear that really spoke to you? Anybody really quick want to unmute yourself and tell me, what did you hear that you needed to hear?
Ask $1 million director.
Okay, wait, 2 of you said something. Say that again.
Ask $1 million director.
Well, basically, she asked somebody who she would trade places with, and she said, just do the 30 faces, do the 10 shares. Exactly. So you just go out and, because that's what's going to get you where you need to go. All right. Anybody else?
I liked the very beginning where she said nothing happens if someone says no, because I fear that a lot, but she's right. If you don't ask, nothing happens. But if they say no, nothing happens. So same difference, you know?
Yeah, and I find like with my lead book, I'd rather either book them or do something with the lead. Like if they say absolutely not, then I still hold on to them. But I want to move on to the next person because I know that somebody will book. And so it's just a matter of getting that done. All right, so you guys, here's your challenge. So I posted on our unit Facebook page this, which I just found out about yesterday. The $1 Million Directors have put together a sharing opportunity. So if you call in daily, it will be a 10-minute recording about their looking at the opportunity. So this isn't like for you, this is for you to share with other people. I mean, it's for you too, but I want to challenge each one of you that are on the call on our meeting tonight, or anybody who's listening to this recording, to listen to Tiffany tomorrow and Wednesday. Actually, you could call in and still probably hear Amber. Maybe they might have already changed it, but Call in tomorrow to hear Tiffany's story. Call in to hear Christian on Thursday. Call in to hear Callie Brigham Friday. And so all your client has to do is listen in and have them tell you what the secret word is. Now, every day the secret word is probably going to be different. So it's called Take a Quick Peek into Pink with a daily 10-minute recording from some of our Mary Kay's brightest stars. Talks about the golden opportunity. So you guys can use this as a team building thing. So I want to challenge you guys. If you have 6 people listen this week, you could have 2 tomorrow, 2 different ones on Thursday, 2 different ones on Friday. You automatically win this beautiful pin for me. You just need to have 6 people hear about the opportunity. I would like to follow up with each person and just text them or reach out to them, but it's having 6 people hear about the opportunity. Now you also have a second event aside from this. You have Janice's sharing a opportunity with Kathy Bill. So you guys, if you really tapped into this, I'm pretty sure next Tuesday night, we'd be welcoming your new team member, which would be super, super exciting. So this is posted on our unit Facebook page right next to this contest. So when you have 6 shares or you add a team member, you win that beautiful pin. All right. So that's going to be your challenge, is to have 6 people hear more about what Mary Kay is offering. So you might ask about a script, because I know Lori's going to ask me for a script. And here's what I'm going to say. If it was Lori, I'd say to Lori, Lori, I know you're probably not interested, but you are really sharp and you are the quality I'm looking for. And do you mind if I tell you what I see in you? No woman is going to say, no, don't tell me. Every woman's going to say, yeah, what do you see in me? I say, I see somebody smart. I see somebody who's strong in their faith, who has a great personality, who is an optimist, who loves people. And I said, I'm looking for people just like you. So all I ask you to do is keep an open mind and listen. And if it's not for you, after you hear the facts, who can you think of that's like you? Because when you share positive feedback about a woman, if I said to Carrie McCurdy, oh my gosh, I love you because I see this in you and this in you, and you are positive. You balance businesses, you balance grandkids, you're optimistic, you're beautiful, like all these things. A woman doesn't hear that often enough. And so share from your heart. Say, would it be okay, Giselle, if I tell you what I see in you? This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody just like you. And then you say, all I need you to do is listen. Can you listen tonight or tomorrow? It's 2 different messages. And if they say, well, I can't listen, or I'd rather do the thing tomorrow night, the Zoom thing, they can do the Zoom thing. Say, do you want to do it on Zoom or do you want to call in and listen? Either one. But I'd suggest you guys call in and listen to the recordings about the opportunity yourself so you know what they're hearing. Okay. So I can't wait to meet who your next team member is, or to see who's going to win this beautiful pin by sharing with 6 people. All right, you guys. So if you're going to finish your star, pull out the stops. If you are not finishing your star, wait till the 16th to order. But keep in mind that 60% bundle will be gone by the 15th. So thank you, Lori, for that reminder. I appreciate that. All right, you guys, have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'm super glad that you guys were all on tonight. It means the world to me that you were on. And congratulations, Jen Goss, on a $414 week. I think you rock, babe. I think you are our queen of sales for tonight. You posted that on there. So congratulations. We'll put a little goodie in the mail to you. All right. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys next week. And please, please have people on live on Thursday night on our beauty scoop about beauty. It'll be the last week that I go live with color training, but please have a couple of customers on there. It makes it a lot more fun. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Welcome. Good night.